4x100 meters for women. That is our next final. We're not going to approach those times by the GDR. But we'll have a very competitive race, or will we? Because we actually have a very clear favourite, as I'll introduce you to them in just a moment. Well, the very clear favourite is Ukraine. In lane 5, they've got Pov, Pogremniak, Ryemyan and Pyatchenko, who've all starred in sprint events, the 100 and 200 metres in these championships already. So from the inside, we have Switzerland, Klieni, Gassa and the two Sprunger sisters. First of all, Elena, then Leia. Belarus, Kavatashko, Hanchar, Nevmurtitskaya and Balitkina. Well, compared to the heats, France have made one change. They bring in Jacques Sebastien. And they've got Luami, Ikoa-san, Jacques Sebastien, and the great Christine Aron running the final leg. And who will forget her fantastic final leg in Budapest in 1998, 14 years ago. And she also won the 100 meters individual title in 10:78. Then we have the Russian quartet. They've been strengthened from the heat as well. Polyakova, Kuzina, Voronenkova, and Belkina. But the very clear favourites, we have Pov, Pogrebniak, Ryemyan and Pyatchenko. Pov, who was a medalist in the 100 meters, Pogrebniak fourth in the 200, Ryemyan, or rather Pyatchenko was fourth in the 200, and Ryemyan, of course, the champion there. Germany, Gunther, Sibis, Pinto and Seiler. So the 2010 individual champion 100 meters, Seiler running the last leg. Pinto also made the final, the youngster, in the 100 meters here. And on the outside, Netherlands with Vassal, Schippers, Lubbers and Samuel. Schippers, so very impressive in the 200 meters, had problem with the bends in the final and ran out of steam rather in the finish. And Poland going on the outside here. Popovic, Korzinska, Jeschka and Patak. Ukraine won in Barcelona, and they're even more strong favourites here. But of course, in sprint relays, you never know. They've got to get that baton round. They have to affect the changeovers on the curves, and there have been some problem with the lanes. So keep our eyes out for Ukraine in lane 5. Switzerland, Belarus, France, Russia, Ukraine, Germany, Netherlands, Poland. Alicia Pov, terrific 60-meter sprinter, very quick starter, will lead off for Ukraine. Away they go, and Pov is indeed already closing down the German outside her. Russia going quite well. Not too much to choose between it, but there's no doubt the Ukraine have made a brilliant start. Germany going very well now. There was a problem there for the Ukraine. Well, let's just concentrate on the race at the moment. Poland on the outside, now going very well. Germany, we have a clear favourite. We no longer got it, but it's the Germans in the lead. And then Russia on the inside of them. The empty lane for Ukraine as we've got Germany coming through to win this title. Verena Seiler brings them home. Netherlands in second place, and I think Patak anchored well to bring Poland into third place. Well, the problem was the change for Ukraine. Pov to Pogreniak on the second changeover. We'll no doubt see a replay of that. The clear favourites they might have been, but in relays you've got to get that baton round. And in the end it was a very fine run by Germany, and they run a very quick time too. 42.51. Well, that's even quicker than Ukraine ran in the heats. And Netherlands setting a national record in second place at 42.80, with Poland 43.06. Fine sprinting there, even if the champions were not the ones we expected, but brilliant run by the German team. and the Dutch will be absolutely thrilled by their performance as well. They were able to bring in shippers who didn't run in the heat to help them run brilliantly in the final. But there, Ukraine, well, they did brilliantly in the individual races, but it all went wrong when it came to the relay final.
And as you've so rightly said, so often in the 4x100 meters we see teams you might have considered to be the favourites. We've seen it on the world stage with the Americans, we've seen it on the European stage so often with Britain, and on this occasion it's the Ukrainians who don't get the baton round.
Well, Pove was off very fast. Now watch her here, she's on the right of the screen at the moment, running in lane 5. She's run the quickest of that first leg. She's got a handover now. Oh, where's it gone? Where's it gone? Oh no.
That's where it all goes wrong, isn't it? At the very, very first changeover between Pove and Pogrebniak.
Meanwhile, the Germans were flying. We've got a brilliant run there by Pinto, handing over to Seiler, giving her a very clear lead. She's not going to mess this up.
That was the crucial leg, that third leg from Pinto. I think that got them the gold medal.
And the Netherlands team, anchored by Samuel. They brought both shippers and Samuel into the run in the final, having not run in the heat. They took a chance and managed to get through to the final, and it paid off. They only got through actually because of a disqualification, if I remember rightly. Britain being disqualified, yes, that was right. So a bit of fortune there for the Dutch women's squad.
Well, they did gamble in the heat. Samuel hadn't been well the night before, and they decided to leave her out of the relay team. Shippers was always going to make the 200 metres final the priority. But yes, as you rightly say, they did get in the back door after Britain had been disqualified. But I think they fully justified their inclusion in the final.
There's the celebrations from the German squad of Gunther, Sibis, Pinto and Seiler. The Dutch squad that we've been talking about: Vassel, Schippers, Lubbers and Samuel. Did I say Samuel for Germany? I meant Seiler, of course.
Dutch sprinting doing well at the moment. 1 and 2 in the men's 200 metres.
Well, there's the changeover again. Yes, 1-2 in the men's 200 metres for the Dutch. So now a national record here.
And the final leg runner from the Ukraine, Pyatchenko, only able to look around in despair, wondering where her runner should be.
So too Ryemyan in the third leg, yeah. Poles absolutely delighted to get their medal as well. I don't know that Popovic, Korzinska, Jeschka and Patak were expecting one.
Definitely not. They wouldn't have been in my predictions. Thought the Netherlands were going to do well once we saw Samuel and Schippers in the lineup. But, well, I think that tells you they overachieved. They were very happy with that, the Poles.